quick chat when it and even like it's regarding today's just reason. Really, what's it's this karmic energy that people are feeling if they're in karmic situations. Hold on. Let me turn the AC on and shut my window. Take a sip of water. This is like, I don't know exactly how you're involved, but there's people that need to realize that they need to find a new type of balance in their life, like divorces, separations, breakups right now. Like there's a lot of hectic energy, and it's intentional with these transits in order to get people on a new path where they shouldn't be with somebody. And other people are going to like repeat these cycles, like those who want to settle, the more comfortable in a situation because somebody feels like it's like stable. But this is like a money situation, like a gold digger. Like this is for people to realize, like, maybe you have fear that somebody is a gold digger and it's not just like all about money, and somebody doesn't want to come in and just take all your hard earned work away from you. I mean, this can go in many different ways, but to me this is like somebody needed to realize they were dealing with somebody. Like you could have stayed in a marriage and agreed on it because it benefited the two of you when it came to like taxes, or it benefited, if it's not about money, it benefited the children, like however you guys played it out. But the messages that are coming through is really for these energies to realize like they were completely with the wrong person, and they need to realize like this person is not who they thought it was. Like they were somebody else. They were deceiving. They were there. They wanted to be there for the money too because it was comfortable, and they didn't want your money to go towards other people or other things. Like there's so many different reasons on why things go down, and what has recently gone down the last couple months is breakup, separation, going your own way, realizing like these karmics need to realize like this isn't the person for me. But if you choose to stay, however it benefits you, like it's not going to get better, you know what I mean? So some people are going to have to repeat a cycle. It could be for like another 7 years, and other ones it's like break free before while you have a chance for all these new opportunities to lay a new ground and a new path for yourself. Like take those opportunities. Like don't worry, like step outside your comfort zone. Don't worry about what other people are going to think. Go after the things like you want to do, like that's the energy that's out there, that these karmic people, relationships, partnerships, business, personal, they need to know like the choices that they made were the wrong choices, and they need to accept that. You don't sit and remain comfortable in a situation and try to be as kosher as you can because there's money or children involved. Like these readings are really about these two karmics needing to realize that it's karmic, and we could be reading, your ex, and they're dealing with somebody you were seeing or you put time into, but this is like what was really going down, like somebody could have even like the grass is greener and tried to try something with somebody again when you were out of the picture, just to make other people comfortable. They just felt like it was the wrong thing, like it was clearly the wrong choice, so like I said, some people are going to be stuck in another 7-year cycle because they're comfortable. But even if they're uncomfortable, they're staying for the wrong reasons, and they know it. They know they don't want to be with this person, but yet there's children or whatever the case may be, or they don't want to be together, but they're staying together for financial reasons. Like, so there's some energies where they're going to repeat another cycle, and it's going to be hell, but it needs to be that way, and it is what it is. And then other people it's just time to go your own way. And especially if you're dealing with somebody like older, younger, you got to think like everybody has a life path. Everyone's going to go through something in their 20s. Everyone's going to go through something in their 30s. Like, this is stuff like you've already experienced, but now you chose to experience it again because you chose to be with somebody younger and you thought they were wiser. Or you choose to be with somebody older, but then you realize that, you know, there's a thing about fucking conditioning and like this person's not going to change, and like you thought you can teach the dog new tricks, and maybe you did, and maybe it was only a couple, but it wasn't enough to teach him self-worth. You know, like, this is the energy that's out there. And then there's other energy where it's like there's newer energy, and like maybe you try to make it work, and there was, you know, you protecting yourself at the same time, you know, because you didn't want it to just be, you know, casual, or I don't know, there's just something about your energy there too, and like the self-respect. But like, I get that, but it was also barriers. You put barriers up because of fear. Like, if that's the case, even that situation may come back around, and maybe something you said to somebody, you know, it clicked, and they're like, all right, maybe, you know, this person does deserve that, and if, you know, they think about it, maybe it can work. Or this is, you know, this person does have respect for you, and they're like, okay, this isn't gonna work because I'd rather be a bachelor, or I'd rather focus on my business, or I'd rather do this, and they're being just straight up honest with you. You know what I mean? But even that could come back around, or, you know, that goes down and then something else comes back around. Because I mean, there's energies out there where there's some energies that come back around, and it's like, no. And this could be the two people that already split or went through a divorce, and, you know, they're coming back and like, all right, well, maybe we can make this work. There's been enough time, and now I have feelings, and this other person is caught off guard. Like, no, we already ended this. Like, what do you mean? Like, let's say two people get a divorce, and a year later, like, oh, well, maybe we should, you know, do. Like, no, like, that's not a thing. Like, you think there's been enough time and people change. Like, you're going to repeat another cycle with that person if you do that. Like, just because you got a divorce and you separated and you gave it 5 years does not mean it's going to work down the line. Like, there was a reason why you guys split in the first place. So, like, it's not like, oh, I went out and had fun and experienced and dated other people. Like, that's not even the reason why you guys probably split up. There was a bigger picture. There was a bigger reason why you split up. So, you can't just sweep that under the rug and act like, all right, well, 5 years went by, 10 years went by, and now it's all good. Like, the only way that works is if, like, 20 years or 30 years goes by. Like, and even then, you could be settling depending on, you know, the age. Like, you could be somebody older and they want a commitment and you don't, you know, and then they put that pressure on you, or you're like, oh, is it, or it gets turned around, and now your thoughts are like, okay, like, are they just settling down because they're scared that they're getting, you know, they're in their 50s and they don't want to be alone, or late 40s, late 50s going, you know what I mean? Like, so, like, all that energy is out there, and it's there for a reason, for you to realize your fear, or are your boundaries appropriate, or were they linked to fear, you know? And if they were appropriate, and, you know, then maybe the other person was linked to fear, but your boundaries were appropriate, you know? And you can't tell somebody like, oh, you're just saying that because of fear, like, because you honestly don't know. You only know because that's what I read, you know. But you're not going to sit there and be like, okay, well, maybe I, you know, take a different approach. No, because you already made that decision what was best for you, and somebody else, you know, was making decisions not best for them based out of fear. So that's for them to recognize that. And then if they come back around, I don't know, maybe then you compromise. Like, I'm not quite sure, but don't make it sound like it was miscommunication or something got interpreted wrong. Like, so if your boundaries were appropriate and they interpreted it wrong, then that's on them. Does that make sense? Like, this is the energy that's just out there. And others of you, this is just, you know, this could have happened a really long time ago, and this person, and you were part of their life then, and now they're just, you know, regretting a lot of the choices they made, because it's karmic energy. So even if you're with a partner, whether you're happy or not, like, two different people are thinking about two different things that went down in their life, and it could be about another person, or it could just be about a situation when it comes to immaturity or addiction. Like, you never know, right? Like, just because you live with somebody, you think you know somebody well, like, their thoughts are probably not what you think they are, because this is the karmic energy. Like, this is the time to put up appropriate boundaries and kind of have some type of balance and compromise with something. And if you're not getting that, then that's because the other person is not in agreement, and they're dealing with their own fears. Again, things are going to come back around, right? So, like, karmically on your end, if you put up appropriate boundaries, whether it's out of fear or protection, or, you know what I mean, like, it's still appropriate, you know what I mean? So then it's on your end, whereas karmically you did the right thing, but it didn't work out, you know what I mean? So, like, not a big deal. Keep it moving, you know, like, that's the energy, that's the vibe. Don't second guess any appropriate boundaries that you put up or are about to put up. And again, it might not work out, you know what I mean? Because it's not the right time. And I can say that in the sense of it's not the right time, because you know me with time. When you meet somebody, that's always the right time. If you're already dealing with somebody, that's different. It might not feel like the right time. That's when the timing situation, you know, you can use that as, like, not the right time. Like, especially if somebody is going through something extremely karmic, on exactly like how the energies I just kind of read, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? So that's just kind of where it's at right now. So just, you know, do what you feel is... Fuck. I don't think I have the car key. I don't think I'm going to be able to stop my car again. Oh my Lord. Yep, I can't stop my car. I just realized it. Oh my God. That's not good. Fuck. Shit. Fuck shit. Oh my God. I gotta go, Jesus. Mia has my key at work. She's in Wyndham, I'm in Pelham. Fuck me. I love you guys. I'll talk to you after. Bye.